Copycat Louisiana Rub Wingstop style. Let's go. All right, guys, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use for today's recipe. Let me tell you guys what we have right here. So back here, let's start back here. I have a cup of flour here, just regular all-purpose white flour. 1.5 to 2 pounds of chicken wings here. I have 1/4 of a cup of butter here. I have 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano here, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoons of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt here, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder here, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. I have 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder here, and 1.5 teaspoons of Creole Seasoning. So these are the ingredients, guys. I know it looks like a lot, but some of these ingredients are repeats, like the garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper are all repeats, so it makes it look like it's a lot. But this is how you make a great Louisiana rub. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're gonna do is prepare our seasoning for our chicken. So we're gonna go ahead and add our chili powder, our salt, our pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and here our Creole seasoning. So right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that a good mix like that. And guys, this is what we have, so let's go ahead and move on. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take about 2 teaspoons of that seasoning, and we're gonna sprinkle it over our chicken like that. And we're gonna get that baby mixed up like this. And this is what we have. All right, so what we're gonna do now is sit this aside, bring over our flour, and we're gonna take the remaining of that seasoning, and we're just gonna sprinkle it here in our flour, just to give us a little seasoning on our flour. All right, that's what we have, and we're gonna sit this aside, and we'll be right back. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start preparing our Louisiana rub. So we're gonna take out the remaining of our dry ingredients and add it to this bowl. Our paprika, our cayenne pepper, oregano, cumin, garlic powder, brown sugar, pepper, onion powder, and our salt. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna give that a good mix like that. We're gonna mix it well and make sure we press out those lumps of the brown sugar. And guys, look what we have. That's that good Louisiana rub, all right? So what I'm gonna do now is sit this aside and we're gonna continue. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to prepare our butter sauce. So what we're gonna do is take our fresh lemon juice. We're just gonna add it to the bowl with our butter. Next, we're gonna take a teaspoon of that Louisiana rub. And we're just gonna add it to that butter sauce like that. And we're gonna give that baby a mix just like this. And I'm gonna add another 1/2 teaspoon to that. And we're gonna mix it up again. Guys, this is what we have. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sit this aside and we're gonna move along. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start the breading process. Now guys, if you don't wanna bread it right here, you could toss them in the oven like I normally do. Put them on a baking sheet and cook and bake them for 35 to 45 minutes, whatever your desired doneness. For those who wanna fry them like me, I wanna fry these babies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out of the bowl. We're gonna add them to our flour. And I'm gonna move these babies around in this flour. Guys, you wanna shake off as much excess flour. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sit them over here in our basket. Once we get through flouring all of them, I'll move the camera over to our basket and we'll get these babies baptized. Right now, the heat is coming up to temperature, so by the time I finish getting these all floured up, we'll be ready to drop them in. That way we don't waste any time. We already have our oil. We already have our sauce ready and our Louisiana rub. So when they come out of the fryer, so we are good to go. Let's go ahead and take the last few pieces. All right, so now that I have them all battered up, what we're gonna do is gonna go ahead and drop them in our grease that's already preheated to 350, so they're ready to go. And guys, remember, as always, it takes about 7 to 10 minutes depending on how big your chicken pieces are. But definitely when they start rising to the top, they are done. All right, guys, so it looks like we are there. Take a look at them, crispy, golden. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get these over into a bowl and on our cut board so we can continue the process, all right? So we got these fresh out the grease. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our butter sauce, and I like to use this because it works as like a binder for our Louisiana rub. So I'm not gonna add much of it. You don't wanna drench them in it. Just wanted to have a little bitty light coating over it. Depending on how many wings you have, you definitely may want to use all of it, but I don't have that many. I may not have to use all of it, but we'll see. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move them around in here like that, just to make sure we get all of that butter rub on there. And I think we're good, just like that. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our Louisiana rub, and now we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top just like that. Then we're gonna move them around. And guys, you can put as much rub as you want to on these, and we're gonna add some more rub to the top. And we're gonna move them around again. All right, so we're gonna get these laid out on the cut board so we can kind of take the final look and get into quality control. All right, let's go. And there you have it, guys. Wingstop Copycat Louisiana Rub Wings. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let's get the conversation started there. And remember, all the measurements are in the video description below. So let's go ahead and move over to quality control so we can test these babies out. All right, let's go. All right, so we are here for quality control. Oh man, let's take a look at one of these babies. Let's put it up there so you guys can see. Oh man. So, I'm gonna bite into this baby. Soon as you bite into it, flavor, every bite. Try one of these flats. God, these babies are delicious. And I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to use the lemon butter sauce if you don't want to, but I find tossing it in that lemon butter sauce and then adding the dry rub makes a world of difference, guys. But hey, just wanna add the rub right after fry, go ahead. And you guys already know what I think about Wingstop, especially them lemon peppers. Them lemon peppers are trash. Yeah, they trash. Wingstop, if you listening, your lemon pepper trash. That Louisiana rub, I gotta tell you, they own to something else. So until then, guys, I'm the cook, Spinelli. This is All Wings Everything. And remember, I ain't no chef. I just cook a lot, and I am out. Peace.